everyone. My name is Sophia Fingerson. I am from Enloe. I am the class of 2028. I'm the seat president for the PTSA student leaders. Today I will discuss the infrastructure in my school building based on my experience as a student in Wake County since elementary school. To start, District 4 in particular is where I've noticed most of these issues present. These things include inconsistent air conditioning systems, mold, rusting railings, and paint chipping on walls, just to name a few. In middle school, there are many constant changes in the temperature. Some days we would be literally sweating during class. On other days we would be freezing, so much so that many students would still have to bring coats in the warmer times of the year, just for that one class. From my perspective, there have been two major inconveniences caused by this. First, how do I know if I should bring a coat to school if my classroom is 80 degrees in one part of the building and 50 degrees in another part of the building? When the temperature in these rooms changes daily, regardless of what the temperature is outside, it makes things like this kind of difficult. We have attempted to cope with this issue by opening windows, using fans, and wearing layers to take off in other classrooms too. We have attempted to cope with this, but if the classroom is just as warm as outside, then it doesn't make much of a difference when you open the window. Secondly, many students and teachers alike aren't able to focus as well. I don't know about you, but when I'm sweating, which normally happens when you're like exercising in the middle summer, I'm not thinking, I'm not concentrating on my schoolwork. I'm just thinking about myself now. So this applies to both teachers and staff members as well as students. During the summer, many schools turn off the air conditioning, and while this helps the financial cost of HVAC systems, it also allows for schools to become a host to many molds, courtesy of the cumulative humidity over the summer. This promotes a health hazard for anyone that's in the building doing maintenance throughout the year, including summers. In one of the schools that I attended, the carpets, fabric furniture, books, and more had cumulative mold growth. This resulted in some carpets being ripped out during the school day, due to mold growing on them and in them. And that causes all the spores from the mold to be thrown up into the air for you to be breathing in while you're in the school.
What?
So, if I can't emphasize this enough, that is a massive health issue.
It's disgusting.
Let's see, I lost my place here. Sorry.
Keep going.
Because of the mold, a lot of books in libraries had to be thrown out, and even the furniture had to be thrown out too. To add to the topic of humidity, our school kind of created a sort of do-it-yourself type of thing to fix the paint on the walls and to get the humidity out of the school. So this consisted of dehumidifying accumulative air moisture into the cafeteria-sized garbage bins, the big old ones that you could stand in. And then those eventually would fill up with all the water from the humidity and we'd be pouring that out into the streets just to get it out of our schools. Out of touch to combat this issue. The presence of humidity in schools caused paint on the walls to chip or peel too. And the walls in one school I attended, they were able to be redone and touched up. But that was only when the school's PTA purchased paint and created murals all around the school, intending to give the school a new makeover. The original furniture in this same school was not replaced until more than 55 years after the school had opened. Additional issues were ceiling tiles falling out in classrooms, water bugs and insects found in every nook and cranny of the school, and water leaking from pipes and bathrooms, as has been mentioned from other people as well. This year, around 25 schools even had to close because of HVAC issues. Sanderson High School and Wakefield Middle School had to send students home at around like 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m., citing issues with the air conditioning 2 days in a row, not just once. This is just 2 out of 14 Wake County schools that have closed or released students and staff early due to air conditioning issues in the beginning of school. On December 3rd and 4th of 2024, 7 schools in total, these including Green Elementary, Brooks Elementary, Middle Creek Elementary, Wakeston Early College, Lake Muir Elementary, Village Drive Elementary, and Carpenter Elementary School, all closed to the lack of heat. The district is dealing with aging HVAC systems, as we all know. HVAC systems that are past their lifespan would cost more than $250 million to replace. In addition to dealing with older equipment, the district needs more staff to ensure systems will remain running. The district is looking at opportunities and options within our current budget structure to hire appropriate qualified WCPSS staff, since they're currently using outside vendors. Naturally, the answer to that is that with more support and funding, these things can be fixed. However, state funding has limited Wake County's ability to fund our WCPSS schools. WCPSS has had to pay for teachers and bus salaries due to underfunding. Recently, our schools have been informed that they now have to find ways to pay for the floor and paint in addition to their repair bills themselves. Some schools have then turned to organizations and clubs for support. Like last week, for example, during our PTSA board meeting at Enloe, we were approached by the school with a request to help fund new paint, flooring, and tiles in the school. Mind you, we're just a club that's a part of the school.
What?
So, many of these issues have affected our health, studies, and safety. The current state of many schools' infrastructures have had negative effects on thousands of staff, students, and their families in one way or another. We ask that you please take notice to these things and how it makes our learning environment unsafe, unhealthy, uncomfortable, and unproductive. I hope you consider what I have presented today, as well as what the others are proposing today. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.